Okay, up next, we are talking about on-set monitoring and streaming. Who have I got in my hot seats today? Greg from Paralinx. Tell me a little bit about who you are and why you're at BVE today.
So I was a camera assistant and a digital imaging technician and a cameraman working in Hollywood, and I founded Paralinx just over 3 years ago, and last year we were acquired by Teradek, and we're kind of focusing on connecting the camera wirelessly to monitors and to camera control, kind of giving craftspeople more freedom to move and create better images on set.
So you manufacture the product?
We're the manufacturer, yes.
Okay, good. And Richard from Holdan, tell me a little bit about you. You're the distributor.
That's right. I'm the head of technology for Holdan, and we're a distributor for a number of top brands in the video market in the UK and Europe. So we distribute Panasonic Broadcast and Blackmagic Design, and also here we're making a big showing with SmallHD, Teradek and Paralinx, which is why we've got the relationship. We work together a lot on on-set monitoring and wireless transmission products.
Okay, so we're excited. There's 18,000 people watching this live stream.
18,000?
So no swearing.
That's it?
This is, honestly. Greg's worked with Leonardo DiCaprio, so clearly, you know, this KitPlus live stream ain't cutting it. In just a minute, we're going to talk more about your products. I'm very curious about that. But if you can look at that camera with the red light,
right,
and you can tell our viewers which stand you're on, if they want to come and seek you out personally and have questions for you.
Right.
And give me a Twitter handle as well.
I'm sorry, I'm nearly 50, so I'm not sure that the internet's going to take off, let alone social media. But we're the big stand in the center. You can't miss us. Holdan, right in the center of the hall. If you come in the entrance, you'll see a giant great Holdan stand. So please come and see me. I'm hanging around most of the time with Greg, because he's good company at the Paralinx and Teradek area.
And if you want to find us on social media, we're at Paralinx, or at Teradek, or at SmallHD. And Facebook, same thing. Facebook/Paralinx, Teradek, SmallHD.
Are you private though, Greg? I can imagine, you know, with the Hollywood kind of tenuous link.
My personal account is off limits, I'm sorry. But I do post regularly personally on our social media, so you can catch some of my wit there.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness we're all welcome. Right, tell us, gentlemen, about your products.
So,
what have you got in your hands?
So one of our newest products that we're really excited about is the Teradek Color, which is it's kind of a new product in this space.
This is for grading. This is for anybody interested in grading, am I right?
It's actually on-set grading, so a live grading capability. So obviously grading normally takes place in darkened rooms away from film sets, but more and more cameras, because you're filming log, you can't get a feel of how the lighting, how the set's going to look until you get to the grade. But this will allow you to, on the set, for the director to see exactly how the lighting's looking, to see exactly the end result, because that can be very important while filming. So
let me clarify, with this box, let me hold up this box. With this box, we are moving the grading, the function of grading from a space outside of the set to on set.
Well, it takes it a step further, actually. So what this does is not only are you able to create live 3D lookup tables with really high detailed cube files where you can do a CDL, LUT, and a secondary color grade, but you can do it wirelessly. So the fact that you can make a 3D LUT and apply it to a video image is not completely unique, but what we do is we've added two other great things to this. So it's got a high-speed 802.11ac Wi-Fi module on it, so you can connect to it with a computer, a phone, any device that has Wi-Fi. And it also has a gigabit Ethernet port, so we are able to connect to all of the major cinema cameras that have Ethernet control and configure them wirelessly. And as our sets have gone wireless with video, follow focus, sometimes even remote camera heads on a drone, on a Movi, on a Steadicam, on a car, or a crane. Now you're able to configure the camera quickly and effortlessly, wirelessly, without having to put your hands on the camera, run a cable to a special remote control unit. Just another part of offering more freedom and speed and efficiency to the technicians.
And Richard, as the distributor, what's the damage? Are we remortgaging our houses for this?
No, I think we should probably double the price of it, because the list price is £760, which is incredibly reasonable for something which either does the wireless control or the lookup tables. And the fact this does both so well really makes it one of the best bargains on the set at the moment.
Okay, and these are for sale, or are we renting
No,
these?
these are for sale. That's right. And they also integrate with Pomfort software, so any DIT who knows the sort will know how you can use Pomfort for live grading, so you can apply looks live. And because you can use a number of these boxes around set, you can simultaneously send a grade to multiple monitors, either HDMI, because it has both HDMI and SDI outputs, either large HDMI monitors or SDI monitors around set, so everybody involved in the production process and the creative process can see exactly the intended look at the same time.
Okay, great. So Paralinx are changing the
Teradek.
great... Sorry?
Teradek.
That's a
This is from
Teradek.
Teradek, yeah.
Okay, understood.
Just a little background, Paralinx and Teradek pretty much merged operations. So our product team at Teradek works with the Paralinx team to make better products for the cinema and pro video industry, whether it's streaming or cinema on-set monitoring.
Thank you for clarifying
Sorry
that.
to
My
interrupt.
psychic abilities weren't prevalent in that moment.
Yeah.
What have you got here? What are you holding here? Monitors. I'm interested in your wireless monitors.
Right, so the other link in this chain of being able to see the image or control it wirelessly is a monitor. And right here we've got an example of one of the most popular implementations of it, which is a SmallHD or SmallHD 702. It's a really bright monitor. It's actually so bright that it's capable of doing HDR. And we've got it on a wooden camera, director's handles, with our new Paralinx Ace, which is a really low-cost, super lightweight SDI uncompressed wireless transmitter receiver kit.
So the difference with that is ergonomically, that's an update on what is typical on film sets currently.
Yeah, it's lighter, it's really affordable, the image is fantastic.
And it will work to about 100 meters from the transmitter.
Yeah, so a lot of times people will give this to a director for a shot where the director has to, snuggle up next to a camera in a tight quarters, or say you're shooting on top of a mountain and you don't have the ability to bring a big monitor cart, the director can hold this. But also now all the technicians are holding it. A wireless camera operator might be watching something like this, a focus puller, even DITs. If you look at all the behind the scenes images and footage from The Revenant, which is going to win a bunch of Oscars this year, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, you'll see all the crew and the director have wireless kits like this, doing all their different roles wirelessly.
So let me just get this clear for our viewers. Your product has been on The Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Pretty much any major motion picture, Teradek or Paralinx.
If he gets an Oscar, it's mainly down to us.
He's going to thank us.
Can you get
Might be at the end of the speech, but it'll be there.
Yeah.
Can you get red carpet tickets? So you know those, like, what do they call it? Those premieres? No. Right, I want to know about major changes. We have a question here, okay, from Bill in Bradford, okay. Guys, anybody watching this at home who has any questions you'd like me to direct specifically to my panel, do tweet in at BV Expo. We have a question here, Bill from Bradford. Major changes in the industry that you are seeing?
Hi, Bill. Well, actually, I guess one of the major changes is the fact that this kit is becoming much more affordable. And something I've got here looks very similar to Greg's on-set monitor there. It's another SmallHD monitor, but this one is half the cost of the bright version that Greg's got there. So he's got a SmallHD bright, and I've got a SmallHD light. And the light is a lower resolution screen, but much cheaper. So this, you might want to use this on a Hollywood blockbuster where you've got, you know, £1,100 to spend on the monitor because you want the ultimate resolution and the ability to see it in bright sunshine. But this version is perfect for when you're working on a set where there isn't so much sun directly on the monitors. So although a little lower resolution, you've got a fantastic tool set. The same thing, the waveform monitors, the false color, the focus peaking. So you've got wonderful tools, but for half the price.
Perfect. So thank you, Richard from Holdan. And you are at a stand directly in the center of the Excel venue.
The biggest stand.
The biggest, well, befitting for our Hollywood friends. Okay, guys, it's time to refuel and top up. We're going to go to a break. We'll be back in a few minutes, continuing our chat on monitoring and grading. Wow, I'm getting Hollywood gossip. Welcome back to my KitPlus studio. I am joined by Greg from Paralinx and Richard from Holdan, continuing our discussion on set monitoring and grading and learning that Leonardo DiCaprio is indeed as tall as Kate Winslet.
No, he's much taller in real life than he seems.
Yeah, because my assumption was...
They have to dig a hole a lot of the time.
Really? My assumption was these Hollywood A-listers are vertically challenged, and that's not so. Right, gentlemen, why are you here? He's perfect. That's good to know. What have you got on your lap, Greg?
This is the same thing, but I think...
Let's start with you. Okay, Richard.
I've got another toy I'd like to tell you about, and it's the first showing in the UK of the new Teradek Cube, the 655 Cube. And this sort of brings on-set monitoring well, actually, on-set monitoring is a small part of what this box can do. We could be streaming your entire show through this one unit here. We wouldn't need all the paraphernalia you've got here, all the thousands of pounds. You could use this box, which is about £1,700, to stream live to YouTube Live, to live stream to anywhere in the world, to a large audience.
And why is everybody not using that right now? I
don't know, really, because I'm holding it, maybe. So this isn't out yet. We've got this will be out in a couple of months. We'll be seeing these in numbers. There is an existing Teradek Cube which is out now, which isn't as powerful as this, which has the Wi-Fi is not quite as strong. It doesn't have a processor grunt. This is the new version. Anyone who's heard of a Teradek Cube, it's a camera top device which can send video to an iPad or an iPhone, so you can do live monitoring without having to have one of the SmallHD monitors. You can use your iPad or your iPhone, or you can send pictures all over the world. It's a combination of an encoder, an H.264 encoder, with some very clever technology. In this case, very high-spec Wi-Fi, so we can get robust signal anywhere this is connected to a Wi-Fi source. But because of the extra processor in this unit, we're also able to do some cellular bonding with it, it's a technology that Teradek called ShareLink. It's the ability to join together. The three of us could use our mobile phones, so instead of paying BVE £10 million for a small internet uplink, what we could do is we could use Vodafone, EE, and our 3G or 4G on our phones, but we could join all our phones uplink speed together, so we could send a signal out, and this unit will connect to multiple devices. We could also put a 3G or 4G dongle in it. We could, using the USB here, and have an Ethernet connection to a router, and we can join together the data.
And Richard, this technology is not available yet, but for anybody watching this who wants...
The existing Cube, it's available in its present form, but this box takes it to a new level. The other thing, by increasing the processor power available in this box, we're able to add 3D lookup tables. So as you're monitoring on your iPad or on your iPhone, or even multiple iPads and iPhones on a set, you can have some of the functionality. It won't be 33-point lookup tables that you've got on Teradek Color, which is more sophisticated, but you'll have a huge amount of color functionality that you'll be able to send lookup tables wirelessly to this, so your iPad will show you the desired end result on set.
And now for anybody wanting more information about these products, you are in the center of Excel.
That's right. Yep.
On the biggest stand. I have to just clarify that to our audience.
That's right.
Holdan has the biggest stand.
We do.
It's amazing. I mean, only befitting of a product that you guys are part of. This technology is the #1 technology?
Yeah, I mean,
Tell me,
we're
Greg.
kind of the industry leaders for wireless monitoring and streaming. We try to push the cutting edge of those.
So yeah, Teradek cubes have been out for a few years now. This is about the third incarnation. This is a Cube 655, and it probably is the most popular camera top encoders on the market. But
Do we have a release date for the new technology?
I think it's probably about 2 months or so.
Yeah, it's
6 weeks
It's
to 2
pretty
months.
much ramping up mass production as we speak. So
Are we
So-
buying this, or are we renting
Oh, you're buying
this?
it. You're buying about
Okay.
£1,700. I think 1785 is the list price for it. But what you're getting is a device which can either send video to the internet, send video to live stream, Ustream, send video to a decoder device in another country, or work like a mini satellite truck sending video from a camera via your phones, via 3G, 4G, to anywhere in the world. It also acts as a proxy recorder because you've got your SD card recording here. And unlike the other generation of cubes, it has both SDI and HDMI inputs. The current cubes are either or. In fact, as if it needed to do more, it also has talkback. So you can talk to a cameraman in the field, or IFB as they call it. So you've got a headset and a microphone input here.
Okay.
So what you're really getting is a Swiss Army knife, which has now become a gun as well.
Love that, multifunctional. Let's switch focus just briefly. You guys are the world leaders in monitors.
Well, SmallHD are really, one of the leaders in smaller monitors, as the name sort of implies. That these 7-inch monitors are here. We've also got on our stand the 5-inch, the 502, which is a small 5-inch monitor which can be a viewfinder as well. And the quality of these, you really need to come and see them.
So
if you drop in,
what's the difference in your product versus your competitors? I'm hearing the size and quality.
it's size and quality and resolution. In the case of the Bright, this monitor is so bright, you can see the picture on it at the moment. I actually took that in my back garden. That's a still image of the monitor in full sunshine. So you're not having to put your coat over your head like a Victorian photographer to see what images are coming out on it.
And who are your customers? Who's buying them?
So a lot of, like I said before, film technicians, the creative team on video and film productions, because one of the great things about it being so bright is that you can see it in the daylight, whereas before you'd have to put a hood over it and bury your face in it and still not be able to see it. Now people can just turn it on and see it in bright light and are able to execute their job, whether it's framing a shot, coming up with an interesting blocking of the actor's movement, making sure the shot is in focus, or with the correct color grade and exposure and brightness.
What are the price points on these? Do we
well,
need to be
with
earning
the-
Leonardo DiCaprio's salary?
With the 702 Bright, it's £1,100 or £1,095
and
list
that
price.
compares.
There's nothing really to compare with this, with the resolution and the bright screen.
Yeah,
so
it's full
really,
1080.
it's full 1080
And
resolution.
also, if we didn't have enough talk about LUTs, you can apply a lookup table,
That's
a
right,
color
via an
grade,
SD card. Yeah.
via an SD card right in here. You can also do screen grabs. Another thing that sets this apart is this kind of unique user interface. It kind of works like a phone. It has multiple kind of pages, and you can have different configurations on each additional page or desktop, if you will. Easily switch between them, have a bunch of different meters or focus assist or frame lines or...
And we've got the two different versions. So the first showing, these are actually now available, the new Light series. So they haven't got the brightness of the 702, but they're about half the price. So we have the 701 and 702 Bright. All the same tools. Not the same resolution. This is 1280 by 800, whereas that's full 1920. But in all respects, apart from the being very critical, you could certainly, because of the fantastic tool set, this would be fine for people who certainly aren't willing to spend £1,100 on a monitor. This is
one last thing is that these things are built like a tank.
Yeah.
They have a metal skeleton around which everything is constructed, and you can see on SmallHD's website they drive a truck over it, and it doesn't
you've
break.
got a really clever system where you can use Sony MPF batteries one way on the battery mount, or Canon EP6 batteries the other way. So you can use lighter weight batteries if you want a very light flyaway kit, or you can use these more powerful. I've got these Anton Bauer Sony MPF batteries on at the moment.
And what I like about this technology is I hear it's available and used on film sets, but also the more affordable price points mean, this could be perfect, for small filmmakers.
You can mount one of these on top of a £2,000 camcorder, and it will increase the functionality. It would make it easier to get good-looking pictures out of it.
Okay, but we're diverting from Leonardo DiCaprio, because I understand that your products have been on his film sets, and I am very curious. Yeah,
just do a Google image search for the Revenant, and you'll see Paralinx, Teradek, and SmallHD in every shot.
Okay. You want me to Google it? I have
Go for it.
Greg sat next to me, and you want me to Google it. You're not going to share anything else?
I don't know what
You've been
else.
on Mad Max as well. Your products have been on Mad Max.
Yeah, I mean, really, there's been kind of a sea change in the way that cinema is produced, or in the field, where pretty much every single set has a wireless monitoring link, and it's usually Paralinx or Teradek. Bolt, the Teradek Bolt is the world's most popular system, and followed by, I think, Paralinx, Tomahawk, and some of our other.
And you can join these technologies together. You could add one of these, a cube, to a rig. So as well as the director, who gets the posh expensive monitor, everybody else on set can use an iPad or iPhone to wirelessly look at this, and so everybody's not crowding around the same monitor, because a director might want a bit of space on set and not have a continuity person peering over to see whether the girl's changed her earrings or
anyone
not,
with an iPad
or Leonardo's hair's flopped to one side or the other.
And that is what I love about BVE. It's a community, a connected community of you all adding value and supporting each other. Thank you, gentlemen. If anyone wants to know more information, Greg and Richard are both on the biggest stand. In the centre, of course, H30. Do remember to tweet at BV Expo or hashtag KitPlus for any suggestions on who you'd like to see sat with me live on my couch. I'll be back at 12:30 with ITTP, preparing the future generation for this industry.